And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first home basketball game of the 2012-2013 Regis Jesuit season. We're here tonight at Gibbs Gymnasium in Aurora, Colorado, at the campus of Regis Jesuit High School for tonight's game between the Raiders and the Fort Collins Lambkins. I'm here with Justin Brazel, our color commentator, and Steven Snyder, our producer, and our stats man, Scott Jordan. Thanks for helping us out, Scott. And, of course, our cameraman, Colin Stover, with the help of Joe Quigley and Tommy Raines. But tonight, Justin, we really have an interesting matchup of height differentials, and Fort Collins is coming into this game 1-0. Regis coming in, of course, from the disappointing 81-77 loss about Columbine. But what are your thoughts about tonight's game?
You know, like you just said right there, the height difference is a key thing that we have to be watching out for tonight. It looks like they have 6 guys over 6 foot. And we need to think that Josh Perkins and Elijah are going to have a tough time against these guys tonight. So we'll see that matchup.
And some quick stats from the Columbine game for the folks at home. Josh Perkins, the star undoubtedly of this Regis team for pretty much what's going to be the whole season. He's such a big part of the team. Of course, for those of you that don't know, he's nationally ranked in the ESPN Top 100 for recruits in his class. I believe he's somewhere around 50. But he's getting looked at by, I've heard, Kansas, Georgetown, some elite programs. He put up 39 points, Justin, but he went 1 for 10 from beyond the arc. So really, this is a team that relies so much on Josh.
It really does. I mean, we're coming off a year last year where a disappointing loss in the first round to Pooter. So it's really going to see, like, it's got to be on his shoulders this year. But I feel like I want to say is, I feel like our secret weapon that we have this year is Eric Stemper. And I feel like he's going to be the one that we have to go to if we get in trouble.
And just to put it into perspective for the audience tonight, this varsity squad is extremely young. Only 3 seniors listed on the entire roster, and pretty much Stemper's the only one that gets a lot of playing time. We're going to pause for our national anthem and come back after. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For tonight's game between Fort Collins and Regis, Regis was ranked number 4 in the opening season Denver Post poll, so this is a team with potential, and we're expecting a much better postseason run than last year.
Yeah, I really am looking forward to seeing how this team is going to respond until after last year's loss in the first round. I feel like we're going to need Josh Perkins and all our starters to play really hard this year and get us back on track. I also feel that Vaughn Sampson, Tanner Sampson's little brother, he'll be a guy we need to watch out for this year. He looks like he came out. His brother did an excellent job for us for the past 3 seasons, coming out from Mullen in his sophomore year. So I look to see him and also some of the younger guys, like you said earlier, do a lot of good for this team.
And a quick roster notification for our varsity squad this year. Cam Beards, 5'6". He's a sophomore. Taylor Carlson, sophomore, listed at 5'10". Of course, number 3, Josh Perkins, 6'3", a junior. Vaughn Sampson, 6'2", a sophomore. Eric Stemper, 6'1", the lone starting senior. Zach Smith, a junior at 5'11". Brian Starkle, 6'2", sophomore. George Kiriazi, kind of a six-man senior, 5'10". Devin Cadillac, 6'2", he's a junior. Tim Prismaslawski, 6'0", a senior. Elijah Sanford, a sophomore at 6'2", and the tallest member of the varsity squad, Kit Porla, 6'5", a sophomore. Justin, it'll be interesting to see tonight how the Raiders utilize their bench, because it's kind of up in the air who the starting 5 is at this point.
I feel like Coach Shaw has a lot of weapons that he can work with. I feel like he's going to put his 5 that he believes will do the most, but have the biggest potential and go out there and play. But I feel like the bench is going to be a key factor for tonight's game, especially against all these tall guys inside the paint.
And right now, Mr. Taylor is announcing the starting 5 for the Raiders. Josh Perkins, Eric Stemper, Devin Cadillac, Brian Starkle, and Elijah Sanford. This is a very young team, Justin. So much potential. Reminds me a little of Kentucky last year. Just with all this youth, really Stemper's the only senior, but Fort Collins has a lot of height.
Yeah, they really do. I think we counted before the game that 6 of them are over 6 foot. So, I mean, that's going to be a key matchup against since we really have a smaller team than we have normally had in the past.
So, Justin, what are your keys to tonight's game for the Raiders?
I think the key to the game is getting out early. We need to get points on the board and keep the guys out of the paint, especially since they have such a height advantage. We have to see, can these younger, smaller younger classmates, can they take on these bigger guys, or will the other Fort Collins dominate the post? So that's going to be the key for this game.
And of course, high school basketball, 8-minute quarters. There is no shot clock. The Raiders will be dressed in their home whites. Fort Collins in kind of an interesting gray, but we're just getting set for tip-off, Justin. Here's to a fantastic 2012 broadcasting season.
And we apologize. We got to heighten the camera a little so you don't see too much crowd.
A pretty good student turnout on Ugly Sweater Day. Perkins set to take the tip-off, and it is 1. Here's Perkins dribbling up court, passing to Stemper. Stemper around the wing to Starkle, back to Perkins, throwing to Cadillac. Cadillac to Stemper. Stemper now to Perkins at the key. He takes a 3, and it's off the rim. Perkins gets the ball back. He's going to fake to the right. Stemper has it. Stemper looking where to go with the ball. He's going to throw it to Devin Cadillac for a 3, and it's good. Devin Cadillac with the 3.
You know, Devin Cadillac is one of those key guys that I feel are going to be, he's a three-point shooter. He was kind of like a Ray Allen in a way for me.
Here's Walt Dugan passing it to the outside of number 4. Clangs off the rim. Perkins takes it down court, and Perkins looking to dish it to Starkle, and Starkle misses his 3. Stemper turns the ball over, so here are the Lambkins dribbling up court. That's Dugan, Walt Dugan, the point guard. Stemper guarding him. He'll take a 3, and it's offline.
You know, I'm really surprised about, especially since these guys are so tall. Regis is really winning the offensive rebound and defensive rebound battle, so that's going to be a key for this game.
Cadillac takes another 3 and misses, but Regis gets the offensive rebound, and Elijah Sanford is on the court, Justin. He looks to be in some pain.
I think that on that play right there, I think one of the taller guys elbowed him, and he kind of got it right to the chest. So I think got some of the wind knocked out. Oh, looks like someone stepped on him. He's all right. He got right back up, and he takes the pain and says, "I'm all right. I'm gonna go, coach."
Checking into the game is Vaughn Sampson, the younger brother of Tanner Sampson, now a basketball player at Elon University. And the students chanting the name of Miss Purdue are athletic trainer Regis Perkins with the no-look pass. Goes out of bounds, but that's the kind of play you get with Josh Perkins. You better have your eyes open.
I mean, I feel like you said earlier, Kentucky, they have those little sneaky plays there, and Josh Perkins knows how to use those.
Tricky inbound pass from Starkle to Cadillac. Sampson with the ball now, passing in to Stemper. Stemper going to drive in the key, then dishes back out to Sampson. Stemper now to Perkins. Perkins dribbling, beyond the arc. Perkins going to take it inside. He loses the ball. There's a foul, and it's an offensive foul. That will be Lampkin ball.
You know, that was a really crazy play. He looked like he was out of control, just trying to make something happen when he had some players around the three-point arc. He just needs to, well, against these guys, look around those arcs. Try to find those guys who are wide open for that easy three.
And there's number 22, Walt Dugan, the point guard for the Lampkins. Raiders up 3-0, 6:14 to go in the first quarter. Passing to 33, Haunt. Haunt dishing it inside to the big postman, Toby Vanry, with the easy lay-in, 2-3 now in favor of the Raiders. Stemper with the ball. Perkins now has it. Back to Stemper. Stemper's going to dribble around, looking where to go with it, passing to Devin. Now to Perkins, such a young team. Stemper now takes it into the paint. He really didn't know what to do with it, but he will get fouled, and that is a shooting foul, so he'll get a couple free throws.
You know, the thing that I'm noticing from watching this team, I have a question for you. Do we really, besides looking at Elijah, do we really know who, like, the main, like, power forwards are, the point guard is? I feel like we have, like, the whole team is just, like, every position, really.
I completely agree with you, and just looking at this height lineup, Perkins is 6'3", Sampson 6'2", Stemper 6'1", Starkle 6'2", Cadillac 6'2", Sanford 6'2". Everyone can play anything.
Yeah, they really can. I mean, Coach Shaw works on his dribbling skills, post-up games, so I think everybody's potential is really going to be good for this season.
Dugan passing the ball now. There's a little shuffle for the ball, and it will stay Lampkins. There's defensive foul. So
looks like it's on Von Sampson.
That's the Raiders' second foul. But interesting socks that Josh Perkins is wearing. They seem to say ball is a life. You know, always showing the flair there. I like the shoes too, but you got to have that if you're going to be a good player.
Have some class. That's what I like. He's like trying to show, be showy in a way, but still at the same time likes to get his image out there.
Inbound pass, Vanry with the long jumper, and it's good. Impressive shot.
That was an excellent play. His team set a pick for him, and he was wide open, took the shot, and was right there.
Perkins moving around beyond the arc. That's a three. It's off the rim. Stemper now moving in the paint, dishing out to Von Sampson's back to Perkins. Perkins is going to drive in, then dish out to Cadillac, to Starkle. Starkle for three, and it's good.
Starkle, you know, he has a unique technique there when he shot that, but it was right in, so why question him when he's doing that well?
We are just under the 5-minute mark in the first quarter. Here come the Lampkins. French now back out to Van Ree, who turns the ball over to Cadillac, and here's Stemper up court to Perkins. Perkins gets the lay-in. He missed the lay-in. Oh, that hurts, Justin.
You know, I mean, it seemed like the play was right there on top of him. He should have, like, pulled it back out and looked for a good shot.
Dugan from downtown. Not sure what he was doing there. They get the rebound, and Dugan will run into Sampson, and he is called for the travel.
Yeah, I want to know is it seems like Eric Stemper is really winning the offensive rebounding, and, like, he's really the rebounder type of guy. I mean, I didn't see that last year in the JV games.
Sampson now going to pass to Perkins. Back to Stemper. Stemper looks to shoot, doesn't. Perkins on the wing, and I'm not sure what he's doing. Lampkins get the ball. French dribbling up court now, passing to Dugan. Dugan must be a good shooter, Justin, because he took a very big three, and now we have a whistle. That's on Josh. Foul on Perkins, but not a great start, I would say, discipline-wise, Justin.
I feel like Josh Perkins is really, like, not as, like, he's kind of nervous. It's his first home game in front of the big crowd. He kind of just wants to show what he's made of, but he needs to take some time back and just, like, go through the fundamentals and all that, and just so we can get the things back on the right track.
Ball up. There's number 41, Van Ree, with the lay-in. A good shot, but he's so tall. He can make those. Stemper now coming up court to Cadillac, 3:52. Raiders up 8-6. And now checking in, that is number 11, Zach Smith. Back to Devin Cadillac beyond the arc. Oh, in and out. And now there with the rebound is Kip Borla. No, excuse me, that was Starkroll, but he missed. A couple easy lay-ins missed by the Raiders. Dugan going to pass up. That's Dieter with the ball now passing to Thurgood. Thurgood to Dugan. Both these teams seem to play a perimeter offense. No one's really driving inside, Justin.
I feel like it's going to be a key matchup, just basically the three-point game. Who's going to have the best three-point game tonight?
And as you say it, that's a 3 up and in by Dieter. Lambkins have a 9-8 lead. We're going to be in for a great game, Justin.
It looks like the Chaparral game all over again.
Driving is Eric Stemper, a hard drive, but that is a defensive foul, so Stemper will go to the line to shoot 2.
For an update real quick, it looks like Elijah's still being checked out on the bench right now, so something must be hurting still for him.
And Stemper misses the free throw. Checking in for the Raiders is Cam Beards. He's the brother of Josh Perkins. He's only 5'6", but he has some skill.
He really does. Those quick feet and stuff going between the players. I feel like he's going to be that guy tonight that we need to go. They need to go to, especially against this tall lineup. Eric Stemper is coming out of the game.
So Stemper makes the second free throw to go 1 for 2. And the Lambkins are here on the inbound to Dugan. Raiders kind of in a semi-press. Zach Smith and Cam Beards on him. Dugan passing. That's Thurgood. Thurgood driving now. And he's going to pass to the big man. And he missed. That is Von Nita. Oh, big opportunity there. Starkle to Beards. Beards out to Zach Smith, who will take the 3, and it's good. Drained by Zach Smith. Raiders up 12-9.
Zach's that type of guy that I'm going to be looking for tonight. I'm going to see what he can do. He was a key player to the JV team last year, and he's got a great three-point shooting. There he is with a steal, just like we talked about.
And Cam Beards with the lay-in. It is good. Impressive sequence of events for the Raiders, and now it's a 5-point game. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Dugan dribbling up court, and Dugan looks to take it along the right side. He's going to look for someone to pass double team, almost stolen by Cadillac, instead by Dieter, way off the mark. And Cadillac being wrestled upon. That'll be a foul on the Lambkins. That's a hold.
I feel like, in a way, this Fort Collins team reminds me of the Miami Heat in a way. It's like the reason they got Ray Allen in the offseason was to get those three-pointers, and that's what this team is relying on, their three-pointers tonight. It seems like most of their points they have tonight is from their, or maybe even all of them are from their three-point line.
And on behalf of Steven Snyder, I want to mention that this game's a lot like the Lakers game where it was just a 3 contest, and Dwight Howard did not have the best night. But
made that incredible three-pointer, I must say. You don't see that every day from that big man.
2 for 33 in his career. Now, interesting checking in now for the Raiders, Justin, is Kip Borila, the sophomore, 6'5". He's the tallest guy on the team.
I didn't hear much from him about him last year. I was wondering was he a freshman or what? But, he's really showed himself in tryouts, apparently, Coach Shaw said.
Zach Smith with a 3. That's good. Zach Smith with the golden touch so far tonight, draining 2 threes. Raiders up 8. Here's Dieter. Dribbling up court behind the back. Impressive ball handling. With the pivot foot, he's going to pass out to Thurgood. Thurgood dribbling around. Student section making their feet heard. That's a Thurgood now. Pass to Dieter. Dieter back to Thurgood. Thurgood fakes the 3. He'll drive in. Impressive drive.
Someone's got to pick him up in that paint there. It seemed like Kim Borla was covered really well, so someone's got to take that guy.
33 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll see if the Raiders hold for the final shot. Out to Devin Cadillac now. Devin's going to drive in, and he is rejected by number 14, Von Nita. Von Nita is a tall player.
He really is, but I can't even tell them all. They're all so tall, it's like you try to feel which one is he. But they're really making their presence felt in the paint tonight. That Fort Collins team, they're just swiping the balls away like butter.
Sampson coming into the lane. Oh, so close. Kisses the front of the rim. Zach Smith out to Cam Beards. Cam Beards is going to drive it in and dish it out to Zach Smith. Zach Smith to Borula. And that will be a kick.
Kick ball, looks like. Looks like 9.6 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And it looks like Regis is going to have the last shot.
9.6 seconds. Raiders up 6. Cam Beards inbounding to Cadillac. Cam with the shot. A long J. That's good. Raiders up again by 8. 1 second left. He's just going to heave it down court, and it hits the backboard. Ball coming towards us. So at the end of 1, Raiders up 19-11. We'll take a quick break. And real quickly, we're going to get a first quarter stats update from Scott Jordan.
So Cam Beards for Regis Jesuit has 4 points. Seems like they're getting him the ball a lot. And for Collins, number 41 has 4. They seem to be getting him the ball because he's the biggest man in the field.
Okay, Perkins with the ball now, passing to Stemper. Raiders up 16. Lampkins did score on the last possession. Pass out to Zach Smith. And Perkins now with the ball at the top. Stemper going to pass. Oh, picked off. Nice hands.
Brian Urlacher all over again.
That was Ryan French. And now Dugan dribbling up court. Getting a no-look pass. Oh, tipped. Still got to his intended man. Austin Haunt passing to Thurgood. Back to French. To Dugan. To Thurgood. Thurgood. He's going to look outside. And that is Ryan French with the attempted 3 off the rim. A reach over, I think. So that'll be Raider ball.
It looked like right there that, like you said earlier, that Kentucky little trickery play. Josh Perkins knew that was coming, and he knew he was waiting for it, and he tipped it, and he didn't get the steal, but he did make the thing slow down a little bit.
So the Raiders up 6 points with 7 minutes to go in the first half. I would say, Justin, this has been a pretty good performance from the Raiders so far.
I think it really has. I mean, we're really beating them in the paint right now. So on offense, that's really a key right now that I said earlier in the game, which is really going to help us later on.
Perkins now dribbling up court, and he's going to look left to Cam Beard, and Perkins will take it back out to Beard again, who's going to fake a drive, and Perkins now showing off his ball skills. Out to Zach Smith to Stemper for a 3, and it just clangs off the rim.
You can see right there that they've been working together in the past, so they feel comfortable working with each other, and they know that he's always there.
Intercepted by Borila, and Perkins now with the ball, but it gets stolen from Perkins. That's Van Ree misses the lay-in, but on backup duty is Ryan French. Great job by French to be there.
Yeah, it really was. Josh Perkins went up the block, but nobody was there from the Regis side to pick him up, the guy behind. So
Cam Beard out to Zach Smith. Perkins with the 3, and he's 0 for 3 now. So we'll see if he gets his shot. Van Ree dribbling up court on Eric Stemper. Going to pass to, that is number 11, Dieter. So there's a whistle. And that's actually Raider ball. Did you see what happened there, Justin?
I really didn't, but it looked like it was a turnover, like travel apparently. That's what the refs signaled. But the thing was, I'm really surprised about it. After having 39 points last game, Josh Perkins, and 3 minutes into the second quarter, has 0 points, which is a really key factor right there for Fort Collins and a success for them.
Yeah, very interesting. And another sloppy play by Perkins. Perkins lucky to get the ball back. And he's going to drive inside the paint. That is a travel on Josh. It's really interesting, Justin. Josh struggles from almost superstar syndrome, where you try to do everything.
He really does. I mean, he's one of those players you think, he looks like a Kobe Bryant from the Lakers team. You always look to him for that shot and all that, but he has other players too. And
there's Stemper with the rebound, and Stemper driving up court. That'll be a foul on the Lambkins. We got some Seven Nation Army being chanted from the student section.
It looks like Tim, the senior, is about to check in. He seems like he did a great job last year for the JV team, so we'll be looking for him tonight.
That is Tim Przybyslawski coming in for Eric Stemper. Fun fact for the audience, Tim's last name is spelled Brzybysslawski.
That's why I didn't say his last name, folks.
Zach Smith dribbling around to Tim, and that is a foul on the Lambkins. So I have to say, they've been getting a lot of fouls. We're going to be in the bonus soon.
They really have. I think Fort Collins took a timeout there. I think it's a smart play. Well, it really is important for Regis. Regis is losing that lead that they had, so they need to take a timeout here, get their game together, go over the fundamentals, and get back out there and do what they've been doing for the past 3 years, I'd say, win those 3 state championships.
5:12 to go with this timeout by Fort Collins, and I just remembered this, Steven and Justin, but Fort Collins was one of the teams we played in one of our championship games. It was either 3 years ago or 2 years ago. Oh, yeah, you're right. Excuse me. I do remember Fort Collins being good, though.
They have a good coaching staff. That's what I've heard before in the past, and I feel like they're showing that right now, keeping even with the Regis Raiders. Real quick stat update. Scott pointed out, it seems like 5 players for the Regis team have 3 points. Exactly. So it seems like it's an all-around team effort, which I really feel that's a key effort for the Regis team.
I agree with you on that. I believe Zach Smith has 6 points because he made 2 3-pointers. So here's Zach again. He's going to shoot another 3, and it's off the back rim to Devin.
Well, the foul is on one of the tall men, I can tell you that. Devin Cadillac's going to the free throw line to get his first free throw attempt of the season. Zach Smith's back in the game, but you still see that Elijah's on the bench, which I think is going to be if he doesn't come back in soon, I feel like we're going to have a disadvantage.
5 minutes, and here is French right in front of our broadcasting bench. He's fouled.
I think he tripped over Zach's feet right there. Zach had great. He was in position, but he tripped over his feet, and the ref saw it, and so it gave it to him. But overall, I think our defense is really keeping up with them, making them work hard. You can see the guys at half court are panting and kind of exhausted. So
Hunt will inbound it to French, and French dribbling up court. He's going to look left to Hunt, back to Pond, to French, and French dribbling on the right side. He's going to go under the hoop.
Oh, no,
That's
travel.
A travel. Wow, that just seems to be the offensive violation of the night.
You don't see that every day. Normally the referees let this game go out, but you know what? The refs are going to show that they're taking advantage of it. They're going to be showing that they're in charge tonight, and they're going to show that we're going to not let you get away with those fouls.
19-5, Raiders up. No, look pass to Starkle, and Starkle is going to dribble left. He's going to look now to Cadillac, and Devin dishes it out to Tim Przybyslawski. To Josh. Josh is going to do a no-look pass to Devin, who's wide open for the 3, and it rings around the rim, but is no good. Devin going to drive now. He's going to look for a man. Starkle loses the ball. Turnover. That's a bad offensive possession for the Raiders. And now up court, the Lambkins. A nice reverse lay-in by Austin Hunt.
You know, that was actually a great play by him. You know, I don't see that every day from high school basketball. So when you have that reverse lay-in, that really helps out your team.
Perkins going to dribble up and pull the J. It's good. Perkins, first 2 points of the night.
You know, he's struggling, but he just needs those first 2 points. And once he gets those, I feel like he'll get that courage and, like, what he needs. Rhythm for the game. That's what he'll need. He'll get back into things. So,
and that will be an and one opportunity for the Lambkins. That is on
Tim. It's against Tim, but, you know, I like how he went up against him. He knows that guy's taller than him. The only thing he can do is set his feet and hope that they give him a charge. But next time, I feel like he'll get it.
Actually, that was on number 2, Taylor Coulson. And he is another player listed at 5'10", a sophomore, but he does not look 5'10". Yeah.
That's exactly right, Steven. Oh, my bad. But all right, well, it looks like the refs are coming back to make sure who that foul is against. But looks like they're still going to keep it on number 2, Carlson.
So the Raiders at this moment are up 21-19. Really interesting. The scoreboard just went down in the fouls. Regis now it went back up to 5. And the free throw is up and good. 1 point game for the Raiders. Starkle dribbling up court. He's going to look left to Perkins. Perkins on the left side. No look to Starkle. Starkle back to Perkins. Perkins. Oh, dangerous pass. Josh with the ball now. Dishes it to Tim. Tim to Starkle. Josh with a long 3, and it's no good. 0 for 4 on threes for the day. You know, if Josh doesn't hit his shot, Justin, things are not looking good.
You know, I was going to ask you that question. I was be like, if you're Coach Shaw right now and he's kind of struggling, would you put him on the bench or would you bring someone else in, or what do you think about that?
I would either call timeout or bring him out just for a little bit and talk to him. Say, like, hey, calm down. You need to take smarter shots. He thinks he can take shots from 5 feet beyond the arc, and that's simply just not happening tonight.
I mean, I remember Coach K from the Duke team. You know, what he did once was his team was not doing well. He pulled all his starters out and put 5 new guys from the bench in, and they did pretty well together. So,
well, yeah, I don't think it's that bad, Justin, but
but I mean, it's same along those lines. If one player's struggling, I think you need to get someone else in there who can, like,
yeah, not the whole team.
Well, especially with this team, you never know.
Devin Cadillac's pass to Josh went out of bounds. So Dugan dribbling up for the Lambkins. Inside to the postman, number 33. That is an offensive foul, a charge. Number 33, Austin Hunt.
These taller guys, since they're playing against these small guys, they feel like they can just lower their shoulder into them. But, you know, that was a great play by Cadillac, setting his feet, make sure that the minute he felt contact, fell down, and got the foul. So, great job by Devin.
2:35 to go. Josh with the ball, taking it up court. Looking to set up a play. Starkle now with the ball. Starkle going to drive in. Now dish it outside to Josh. Josh around the edge to Przemysłowski. Perkins now and trying to lay in. That's a nice pass, actually. Devin Cadillac with the jumper. No good. And it will be ruled off on the Lambkins, but they are voicing their disagreement.
You know, the fans, you can hear from the fans, too, especially on the visitors' side. It seems like it was last touched off of Carlson, but refs saw something different. But I don't want to go against them, you know. Those refs control the game.
Perkins now at the top of the key. He's going to shoot a 3, and he is 0 for 5 now on 3-pointers. Combined a 1 for 15 in his first 2 games.
He is not living up to his potential. Like, there's more into them than that. But I feel like the team's responding well. With him having a bad off night so far, his team's really, like, showing him that they're there for him. They can actually come back and, like, make the points even if he's struggling, which is a good thing for the Regis team.
And a jump ball possession arrow favors the Raiders. Regis will hold the ball. 1:53 to go, and we have a timeout. Fort Collins. So a really interesting first half so far. The Raiders have had a much more balanced attack than last game, where you had Perkins with 39 points, Starkle with 15 points, and Cadillac with 10, and that were the only players in double points. The Raiders really playing a lot of people, Justin. Almost everyone on the roster, actually everyone on the roster has gotten in the game.
I feel like Coach Shaw, in a way, has a different mindset for this team. His 3-time state championship teams you saw, they mainly had 5 starters in like the freshman year. Josh was off the bench. And last year and stuff, they always had guys that like 2 or 3 guys that came off the bench. This year, it feels like Coach Shaw has more like 4 or 5 types of guys that can come off the bench and go in, which is really, I think, might help the team this year.
Okay. Thanks, Justin. And, yeah, excuse me, Steven pointed out that everyone has gotten in the game except senior George Kiriazi. A real inspiration, though, in practice. Perkins now going to pass around to Stemper, and Stemper turns the ball over. Sloppy ball handling by the Raiders. Now Lampkin's coming in. No charge called, and Fort Collins has a lead.
You know, I'm for the Regis team and all, but that looked like he flopped a little before the guy even got there. But what a great stuff right there by Fort Collins.
So Taylor Carlson will go to the line to shoot, too. Chance to put the Raiders back on top. So the Raiders, the Raiders have achieved the bonus. Fort Collins has committed 9 fouls, but this was a shooting foul anyway. Calls first free throw is a swoosh. Tie game. Only 22 points, Justin, in the first half for the Raiders. Pretty low scoring compared to last game.
It doesn't seem like that's normally like the norm for the Regis team. Normally they have like 40 or 50 points by halftime. So this is a different team this year. You can tell that right away. But I feel like Fort Collins is doing good at keeping Josh under, maybe even only under 5 points even. So.
And another great analogy by Steven Snyder. This is a lot like the Georgetown, Tennessee game, which that's college, so I don't blame these kids that much. But folks may know that game was 37-36. A actual men's college basketball game. And here's a 3 for the Lampkins, which is airballed. Kind of looked like a reach on the Lampkins. And they're going to call it on Stemper. Wow. I'm not sure what happened there.
I actually think it's on Carlson.
Carlson?
I think it looked like it was on him. It looked like the guy was like falling over him, so I guess they gave it to him. But
and they're going to do a sneaky tap-in, throw-in. Perkins with the ball now. Fort Collins up by 1 point. Exactly 1 minute to go in the second quarter. Back out to Perkins. Perkins thinking about shooting a 3, and he'll dish to Stemper. Stemper, he's going to drive in. Oh, wow. This is an ugly game, Justin, for Regis.
You know, Stevens just said it perfect right there. They're not playing the fundamentals. They need to get back to those. Even if it's like simple basketball, they just got to go there and perform and know what they know what to do.
44 seconds to go in the half. Dugan driving in. He's going to dish out. Wide open look, and it's netted. That's number 11. Dieter. 32 seconds left. Raiders down by 4 points. Stemper dishing out to Perkins. Perkins going to try to drive in. Almost loses the ball. He's going to go up. He gets rejected. Perkins gets rejected. My, oh my, I never thought I'd see the day that the Raiders have been so thoroughly beaten. Transition bucket. And it's now a 6-point deficit. Perkins now driving up court to Carlson, to Stemper. Stemper taking a 3 with 7 seconds left. It's no good. Fort Collins with the ball. They've got 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. There's a pass up. That's no good. But we go into the half down 6.
You know, I feel that this game is exactly like the Pooter game last year in the first round of the playoffs. We thought we could win. We went in there thinking that this was going to be an easy win for us. But then at halftime, we were down by like even more than 6 points. So I have a feeling that they're going to have to come back somehow, some way.
And now we're going to have the Raider Recap halftime show with Tommy Raines and Joe Quigley. We'll leave it to them, folks, after a quick stats recap by Scott Jordan.
For the Regis Jesuit Raiders, Cam Beards and Zach Smith are leading in points. Zach Smith has 6, Cam Beards has 4. For Collins, number 41 has 6 points, and number 11 has 8.
Wait, hold. Hello, Regis basketball fans. This is Joe Quigley and my co-commentator Tommy Raines bringing you the Raider recap for this first home basketball game of the season for your very own Regis Jesuit Raiders. Tommy, what do you make of this game?
Well, thanks for having me here. I just think we're starting out pretty slow. Watching the Raiders, we came out decent, but ultimately we've trailed off this second half, and it's kind of been disappointing. Josh Perkins is having a decent game. Stemper's been having big troubles. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that the Raiders are not playing the basketball that they know how to play. They came out flying in the first quarter, scoring points on points on points. And then in the second quarter, they just went soft. They went flat, and it was just a quiet second quarter for the Raiders.
Yeah, Perkins, I'm not sure what I make of him tonight. After his very strong performance against Columbine, he's struggling clearly. And Eric, another veteran of the varsity team, he just looks like he's struggling to connect with the players. A few passes intercepted, and at times he'll get the ball up top, move in, and then just kind of not know what to do from there. And so he's kind of struggling up top. It's good to see Tim Przewozlowski play, and yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Watching this game, the Fort Collins Lambkins are doubling Josh on defense. Every time he gets the ball, no matter where he is on the court, he's beyond the three-point arc. They're sending two guys out and leaving the man on the far side of the court open. I think that explains why Josh has had such a quiet night, but I like seeing all the other players step up into his role.
Yeah, we certainly had to talk about the student section. We had an incredible show out today for the first home game. The theme was wear ugly Christmas sweaters, and, of course, the Rowdies are decked out in that. So that's always good to see. Looks like they're doing a season of giving right now, and they're doing a three-point contest out there.
Another thing I'm noticing about this game is that the Raiders are shooting significantly under 50%. They're not even near 50%. They're closer to 20 or 30, and that's something you cannot do in basketball.
I think what it is honestly they're taking so many three-pointers. It's like all they're doing is they're not going in. They're just staying outside, passing around, and unless you're consistent at that, you're gonna have that percentage that you're talking about.
And correction on that stat, it's actually an exact 42%. Our producer Steven Snyder promptly informed me. And watching the Fort Collins team play down on offense, they've got so much size in their two forwards.
Yeah, 41.
Toby Vanry can elevate and stay there for as long as he needs to take a shot because he is so tall and so athletic. He just goes up and waits for the other player who is going to be shorter than him to hit the ground.
Yeah, they certainly do play as a team compared to Regis tonight. Like you said, Vanry, he's put up 6 points, and he's just looked strong out there from Fort Collins, which has been good. On the Regis side, Cam Beards, he was very scrappy so far tonight. It's good to see that.
Looking at our stat sheet, we have Zach Smith is our leading point scorer with 7 points, and he starts the sixth man off the bench. Our bench players right now one of our bench players is the leading scorer on the team.
Yeah, the only man I think who hasn't even gotten in tonight is George Kiriazi. So he's supposed to be pretty decent. I wonder what coach is thinking there. Obviously, they're going to have to come out this second half and change some things. I think it's got to be Eric connecting with people down low. It needs to be more drive plays because we got to get that 42% up to something over 50%. That's just pathetic from the Raiders. I have higher expectations for us.
Watching this game from the student section, it doesn't even feel like we're losing because the Raiders are going down and playing offense and getting their shots up, but nothing's falling. So if you're standing in that section, it doesn't feel like we're losing, even though we actually are. So it's almost, I would say, detrimental to not even feel like you're losing in a basketball game.
Yeah, well, I think last year the crowd didn't follow Regis as much as it could have. So this year, it's good to see a turnout like this. I know it's the season opener, so people are going to show up to this. But if we can keep, this amount of crowd for games and even a fraction of this for away games, I think that only helps the Raiders and will keep us moving forward.
At the beginning of the season, the Raiders were ranked, I believe, going in number 4, and I don't even believe Fort Collins was in the top 10 rankings for CHSAA. So it's going to be another upset for the Raiders because they were ranked 4 going into their game last week against Columbine, and they lost to them too.
Yeah, last year we had players like Tanner Sampson, who were great leaders and taller guys, and we've lost a few seniors. Now we've got Eric, the only strong senior, Tim a little bit, George, but it'll be interesting to see how Josh Perkins can step up and be a leader and help the Raiders out.
We talk a lot about Josh and how he's such a good player and such a big leader. He's been on this team since his freshman year. But there are 11 other guys on this team. It's not the Josh Perkins show. It's the Regis Jesuit Raiders show. He has 4 players around him on the court at all times, and he can't do everything by himself. So I love seeing the team go out there and just try to play the best basketball they can. So far, they haven't been able to do it, but I believe Coach Shaw, who is one of the most incredible high school coaches I've ever seen, is going to turn his team around tonight.
Yeah, I hope so. And like what you said about Josh, I mean, even though this isn't the Josh show, I hope we do see some better performance from him in the second half. He seems to be playing much more conservatively today, so maybe he'll play more aggressive, get some more shots, drive in, do what he does best.
Looking at the Lambkins stat sheet, we have Hank Deaton as their leading scorer with 8 points, followed right behind by Toby Van Rye at a great 6 points. So each team is really spreading out their points along the entire roster. There's no one kid who's putting up just all kinds of their shots and their points. It's spread out very nicely.
Yep, and I think that's what's led to their success so far. They're playing as a team. No one person is dominating, and they all look to each other evenly when they're dribbling up the court. And they have been playing the press pretty well on the Raiders. They had one turnover there that turned into a layup. So that press defense, I wonder how that'll play out for the second half. Probably hurt the Raiders, if anything, unless we get our feet moving and start making points off of these turnovers.
One of our starting forwards, number 25, Elijah Sanford, went down in the first quarter, and we have not seen him since. I feel like the Raiders might be a little frazzled by that, but I don't think it should be too much that they should be playing the way they are. I feel like the Raiders their quality and level of play is so much higher than what they're showing us tonight right now. So I really hope they come out and turn it around.
Yeah, and I just heard from Brazel that it seems that his foot is out of his shoe right now, and so that's not good for the Raiders' second half. I doubt we'll see him back, and it raises questions for when they go out of state for their tournament after this game. If he's out, that could definitely affect their performance. So, and then another injury kind of getting over is Zach Smith, who he had a sprained ankle, which was looking like maybe over a week of him being out, but he's playing strong tonight. So that's good to see, and he's actually leading the team in scoring. So look forward to seeing more from him, and I think that'll help us second half.
And I know that it's a team effort, and Josh Perkins is part of the team, but you also have to give him some sort of shout-out. I just got word that so far he's received offers from places like Wake Forest, Indiana,
Wow.
Kansas. He's getting lots of D1 offers, and it's the beginning of his junior year. He got those over the summer. I know Josh has expressed to me personally that he wants to go play for Kentucky. So I feel like he's either waiting out for that offer or just the one that is going to be right for him.
Yeah, that's really impressive to hear. I mean, Bud Thomas, who was the star a few years ago, he actually went to Mercer, and that's a D1 school. He's doing great out there. He's actually leading the team. And in fact, they're coming to Denver December 6th to play DU at Denver, so I know a lot of the players wanted to see him. Unfortunately, they're going to be out of state for that tournament, but it's good to see Bud Thomas is doing well, and, Regis alumni are going far.
Thank you for tuning in to this Regis Raiders halftime recap with Joe Quigley and Tommy Raines. We'll be back to start the second half. Enjoy your night, Regis fans.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Guy Gibbs Gymnasium here in Aurora, Colorado. The Lambkins have a 6-point lead over the Raiders. And, Justin, one thing we kind of talked about in the half is how Josh Perkins, such a staple part of this Raider offense, has not had a great night.
After coming off that 39-point game last time against Columbine, he really has only 2 points this game. But I feel like his team actually filled in for him, stepped up in a big way. Even though he was struggling, their team leader, they stepped up and made those points and stuff. So it's only a 6-point deficit, even though Josh Perkins only has 2 points.
And another thing I'd like to say, Justin, is I talked to Elijah Sanford before the during halftime, and he said that he's going to be coming back in. But really, yep, he's there, and it's going to be interesting to see how the game plan changes if the Raiders try to give Josh better positions.
It looks like they're pulling Elijah out of the game right now because something about substitutions or something.
Well, he was the 6th man on the court, and you never want to get too many men on the court in basketball. Lambkins with the ball. Pass to Dugan. That's a quick turnover. Raider ball.
I'd like to know what Coach Shaw talked about before at halftime. We were watching me and Jake as we were right when we were walking over to the basketball hoop over there. It looked like all the coaches were getting together talking about what they were going to talk to the team. So I'd like to know how they're going to react to what they said in the halftime.
Starkroll floats one to Stemper, and Stemper looking for a man to pass to. He finds Vaughn Sampson. Sampson dribbling back to Stemper. Nice bounce pass. And Stemper again looking for a man. Ball tipped out of bounds, and it'll be Raider possession. Raiders down 6. Perkins with the ball on the right side. Here's Perkins dribbling in between his legs. Always one to be flamboyant. Again, he's being recruited by Georgetown and Kansas, as well as many other schools. Wake Forest has already offered him. Perkins in. That's his 4th point of the night and one. That's what we need to see, Justin.
I feel like somehow the coach got to him at halftime and said, just keep shooting. You have what it takes to lead this team. Go out there and perform like you know how to. And that's what I feel like what happened.
Raiders down 4. Perkins' free throw is good. 7:17 left in the 3rd quarter. Here come the Lambkins. Here's Dugan. Gonna throw to Pond. And now back to French. French being guarded by Josh. Good pressure by Josh. That's Dugan now to Pond. That'll be out of bounds. Lambkin ball.
Eric Stemper really seems like he's the man that they need to fix everything together, complete the team. He's rebounding. He's having tons of assists. He's just doing everything all over the court. Oh, what a nice 3 there by
Dugan.
He's
He's having a good night, and the Lambkins are back up by 6. Here's Stemper now. Stemper trying to find a man. Gives it to Josh. Josh from downtown. Perkins in and out. 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. We cannot have that, and that's a very low percentage 3.
Josh Perkins, he has what it takes. He has to perform. I mean, I feel like these 2 first games are just they're like they're butterflies in his stomach. He just has to settle down and just keep working on his shot during practice, and eventually he'll find those 3s.
I just think he needs to be smarter, Justin. Those shots are from 4 feet beyond the arc. I don't know. You can be Kobe Bryant, and you're still going to have a hard time making those shots.
Exactly like you said there, Jake. No one's contesting him because they know that we're going to let him shoot it because he's either going to make it, which is a really slim chance, or we're just going to miss it. And because since we have such a big height advantage, we'll just rebound the ball over these guys.
And that is French going 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. It's now a 7-point Lambkin lead. Stemper dribbling up court. Stemper going to fake a 3 out to Vaughn Sampson, who will shoot a 3. Vaughn Sampson hits the edge of the rim. Perkins to Stemper. Stemper guarded. Going to throw to Vaughn Sampson, who will drive it in the paint. Out to Starkle. Starkle from 3. It's good. Brian Starkle.
You know, Vaughn Sampson, the brother of Tanner Sampson, he has a lot to live up to, especially since his brother, who plays now at Elon, has done a great job for this team in the past 3 years. So I look to him as one of those guys that's a key guy to the team. He's going to have to fill in those shoes of his brother.
And once again, the Lambkin bench voicing their displeasure at that possession call. It'll be Raider ball. 5:50 to go in the 3rd. Regis down 4. Here's Josh dribbling up court on the left side. Perkins, no look to Stemper. Stemper to Starkle. Stemper now. Dribbling back to Devin Cadillac. Cadillac to Sampson. Sampson, nice save by Starkle. Stemper going up. He will not get it to go. No foul called.
The question I have for you, Jake, real quick. If you're Coach Shaw, would you put Josh Perkins as your point guard, or would you put him more as a power forward or a small forward?
I would put him as point guard because I know he hasn't had the best night, but I really think that if he just makes smarter shots, gets the ball with some space to drive in, maybe take some jumpers from reasonable distances, he'll be fine. Now here come the Lambkins on offense. There's French with the ball, double-teamed, passing to Hunt. Hunt now on the left side. A 3 attempt is no good. Josh fighting for the ball. I think that's a reach, and it'll be Raider ball.
Looks like the foul's going to go against Keller Pond, so we'll see what happens with this Regis team. Back on offense now, only down by 4. Lots of time left to go in this quarter to make a statement.
Vaughn Sampson will inbound it to Perkins. Perkins on the right side of the court. Perkins to Sampson. Sampson now, Starkle. Starkle to Sampson again. Sampson to Stemper, and he will pull and shoot a J, but it gets blocked. Raiders get the ball again, another block. Stemper now fighting once again inside, out to Devin Cadillac. Cadillac moving in. That'll be a travel, and I think that was a good call.
It was a good call, but the thing I'm more surprised about with this Regis team is I watched part of the game versus Columbine, and it seemed like we kept fouling every single time. But it looks like if you look on the stat sheet, we have nobody that's in foul trouble. And that's kind of unique, especially since these guys are so tall and driving to the paint a lot.
And driving to lane is Thurgood. His lay-in is no good. Starkle out to Perkins. Perkins moving inside. Ooh, borderline charge. But he gets the and one. Josh Perkins going to the line. That was a questionable call.
It looked like he's at the last second he moved his feet, and I think that's what the ref saw there. But, I mean, he's explaining to the player right now that you were there, but, I mean, you kind of moved at the last second. So hold your ground. You'll get that call next time.
Excellent analysis, Justin. And Steven just pointed out that he was moving his left foot just a little, so it was a good call. Here's Perkins now. I want to point out real quick that Josh Perkins changed his shoes. Those are different shoes than he was wearing in the first half, so he's trying to do anything to change the mojo.
That's a good point right there. You know, some players have that superstition thinking that, like, you see in baseball, kids have different gloves on, maybe without gloves. I feel like Josh, in a way, feels like maybe I go back to my old shoes. They might actually work better for me. So
they're much lower, so perhaps that's for added mobility. Perkins making some ankles break, but his J is no good. And now here's Dugan up court, guarded by, nice pass there. That's to French, and that lay-in is good. They play as a team so well.
I'm worried for this team. I really am. I feel like we have what it takes to win, but we're just not doing it on offense.
So the Raiders will get lucky on that. They will keep the ball, but we'll need to see if they can make some improvements fast because the Lambkins are playing with unity, composure, and they're making smart transition choices. Here's Perkins on the right side of the arc. He's going to dribble around. He's going to take it, and he's fouled. Still, though, I don't know what he's really trying to do with that other than it was a terrible shot. It's like he's trying to prove to you, Steven, that he's Kobe. But
I mean, that's Kobe's move right there, the shake and bake. But, you know, he really needs to, like, find that guy who's wide open in the corner. He's got the guy. Just pass the ball around. That's what this team is doing so well of. There's someone, like Steven just said, he's always double teamed. So if you just pass that ball around like Fort Collins is doing, you find that guy wide open on the three-point line. And most of the time, that's your three-point shooter. That could be Von Sampson, Starkle. There's so many weapons out there that we just need to take advantage of.
Perkins goes 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. That's awful. Here come the Lambkins now. That's number 5, French. And now outside to Dugan. Dugan to Hunt. Here's Hunt now. Outside to Thurgood. Thurgood dribbling on the left side. And he will try to dish it out. He finds Von Nida. And Von Nida out to Dugan. He's a small point guard, but he's pretty mobile. On the right side, he's going to lose the ball, and Cadillac gets it up to Perkins. Fast break transition time. Perkins going up, and he gets fouled.
Looked like it must be the season of giving because he just gave that ball to Starkle like it was nothing. It's like a present. Here you go, man. I feel bad for you. Take it. No, but on the foul there, Josh Perkins took it strong. He got fouled, but he went up strong. That's all that matters. Refs see that you're going up strong. They'll see that contact, which what they saw. George Kiriazi's had to check back into the game.
And with this, every player on the Raiders will have gotten in the game. Right now, Josh is 0 for 3 from the line, which is very concerning. Almost every point guard in the NBA is very good at three-point shooting, so if Josh wants to be an elite player, he needs to make these shots. And it is good. The first shot is in, cut to a 3-point deficit.
I feel like Coach Shaw stressed his free throws so much in those state championship wins that we had that were 3 in a row, but I feel like somehow we slipped away from that. We need to keep working on those. It comes down to that, basically.
And a quick turnover on the Lambkins. That's Raider basketball, a break.
There's Curiosity making his presence felt. You know, he did a great job right there, staying on his man, and made the guy make an error.
Perkins on the right side. He's going to drive in, passing it to Vaughn Sampson. Wide open. His three is an air ball. Ooh, that was a good look, though.
It was a good look. That's what we were talking about. Josh Perkins needs to find that open guy, and at 8 times out of 10, they'll make that play.
8 times out of 10. 4 times out of 5. 2:49 to go in the third quarter. 2 shots for the Lambkins. Ryan French on the line. Josh Perkins looks a little frustrated right now, and I get a good view of these shoes. They're very low. They almost don't even look like basketball shoes. Ryan French drains the first one.
Yeah, you know, I feel like this team has so much potential. We keep talking about that. It's just it feels like it's like the first year for the Miami Heat. They had the talent, but they didn't work so well together. These guys just need to find each other open, work together as a team, and the success will be right there for them.
French goes 2 for 2 from the line. It's now a 4-point deficit for the Raiders. Curiosity driving in. He's going to dish out to Cadillac. Perkins looking no look to Zach Smith, and that is no good. But it's rebounded by George. Gives it to Devin Cadillac for 3. It's good! Devin Cadillac, what a great rebound by George Curiosity.
The question I have for you real quick, Jake, is that I always see it where like the ball hit the top of the backboard, but sometimes they call it over the back, over the brim. But like, how do you call that? Is it like sometimes they blow their whistle, sometimes they don't? Do you know?
Well, real quick, the rule is if it goes halfway over, so if it looks like it's going to bounce over on the other side, it's out of bounds. But the Lambkins answer with a 3, and Devin Cadillac answers that answer with another 3. It's down to a 1-point lead. Here's Dugan driving in to Von Nita. He is fouled. I didn't see a lot of contact on that. Zach Smith not too pleased. 1:54 to go.
Regis is so deadly from the three-point line. You see it. Vaughn Sampson can do it. Zach Smith just did it. We have so much talent there that we just need to find those open guys, and this team will have the success that the Regis has had in the last 3 years.
And Von Nita's free throw is way off the mark. Kind of wonder if he's like Shaq with his awful free throw skills. Big guys with big hands struggle so much. A quick point I want to make about Will Dugan. His amazing court vision, really doing a great job quarterbacking the Lambkins into giving Regis all they can handle. The second one is good. 2-point lead.
Apparently, Scott just pointed out that Devin is 3 for 6 from the three-point line. 50%. You don't see that much in the NBA, so I mean, or even high school, I should say. But I mean, he works on that at practice. You can easily tell that. So, here he is again.
Devin for 3. No good, but the rebound is just off.
Hey, if he's hot, give him the ball. Just keep feeding him. He can do it.
Quick turnover by the Lambkins. The Raiders dodge a bullet there. 39-41, 1:30 to go. George Curiosity receives the inbound pass from Zach Smith. It's a pass to Devin. Devin misses, now 3 for 8. And here come the Lambkins up court. Chase Thurgood. Thurgood will look into the middle. Nice pass there. Wow. Oh, what a great opportunity with the tip in is Von Nita. What a great pass. What a great play.
Jake, it looks like, by looking back on the bench, Elijah has not checked back into the game. It seemed like he put his shoes back on, but they haven't put him in. What do you think about that?
I think maybe he wasn't cleared by the trainers. He's definitely one of the starters, so it'll be interesting to find out after the game what happened. Here's Perkins taking another 3 from downtown. I'm at a loss of words to answer why you would take that shot ever.
I mean, that's farther than the NBA three-point line. It's like it's basically in high school. There's a reason why they give it closer. And if you're going to not take advantage of it, I mean, you should be taking three-pointers then.
What a great lay-in and one for the Lambkins. That was Ryan French. Wow, that was pretty. We don't see that much. This is a very good Fort Collins squad.
They really are. They're doing everything. Offense, defense, their turnovers. They're having the rebounding. I mean, everything's going right for them right now. What do you think Regis has to do to get back on top?
Well, Justin, I really think they need to play as a team better, not make so many mistakes in transitions, hit your free throws, and don't suffer from superstar syndrome. It's been talked about. The USC football team suffered from it, where everyone was trying to make an awesome play. Need to play smart. And that's a kick on the Lambkins after that free throw was no good. 33 seconds left. The Raiders down by 6 in the third quarter. George Curiosity will inbound it to Cam Beards, the sophomore, brother of Josh Perkins. Zach Smith dishing it out to Beards. Beards is going to try to find a man to pass to. Balancing on his pivot foot. Out to Zach Smith. Zach Smith to Perkins. No look pass to Beards. 12 seconds left in the quarter. George Curiosity, he's going to throw to Stemper. Stemper won't take the shot. Zach Smith will take the shot. A little bit of contact there. I don't know what that possession was. That was awful. And Dugan will take it down court. 1 second left. His roll almost goes in, but that was a completely mismanaged possession by the Raiders.
It really was. Exactly what you said. They're not working together as a team. They're just like trying to play one-on-one basketball against like they have these four main guys that are like in the paint. That is for Fort Collins. You have to work around them and work as a team. One guy can't beat all four of them. Especially if you look, Josh Perkins is 0 for 7 from the three-point line. I mean, they have to find a way to work together as a team if they want to come back from this 6-point deficit.
We're going to take a quick break on RJ Live. Quick injury update. Brian Starkle is on the bench with a bloody nose. Hopefully he can get that plugged up soon. Lambkins take the ball. Got the Seven Nation Army chant going in the student section. We really need some momentum here. Lambkins with the ball. That's Dieter. Dieter gets fouled by Cam Beards. The Lambkins are 2 fouls away from being in the bonus, but it'll be interesting, Justin, to see if the Fort Collins plan changes a little bit, because in high school there's no shot clock. You can kind of hold as long as you want. Thurgood driving in. Thurgood loses the ball. Zach Smith picks it up. Cam Beards almost loses it, but manages to keep his hands on it.
Oh my God, it looks like Zach Smith is hurt. That's a third guy going down tonight. I mean, we can't keep affording these guys to be hurt.
Devin Cadillac will check in for Zach. Looks like an ankle injury. That's a bummer. Zach's a wicked three-point shooter. He is a sniper. The Raiders will miss him. 6 points down. 7:30. Pass to Perkins. What's he going to do? Perkins trying to dribble around, loses the ball, trying to be too fancy, rips the ball back. Cam Beards gets the ball, and Perkins now dribbling around, crossing some men up with the lay-in, and it's no good but a foul. See, if Perkins can do that, that's when he is at his highlight.
He is so good of a ball handler. I mean, tonight he hasn't shown it, but right now you saw on that play right there what he's made of, what he can do. So all they need to do, he just needs to dribble through the lane, and if they pick him up, find that guy that's wide open in the corner, he'll take a three-pointer. We go up by 3.
Perkins swishes the first free throw. 5-point deficit. 7:15 to go. Well, this is a big shot here. And he swishes the second one. 2 for 2 on those 2 free throws. The Lambkins inbounding. The ball is by Hunt. Back to Thurgood. To Hunt again. Raiders doing a press. We'll see if this opens up some opportunities for the Lambkins, and it looks like it does. And it'll be swatted away by Cam Beards, but taken back by Dugan. passing inside by Thurgood, but he missed the lay-in.
Off. It looks like it's off the foot of Cadillac. It looks like it was off Devin Cadillac there on the play. It will remain with the Fort Collins team. But apparently, Zach Smith hurt his ankle already before the game, so he re-injured it. So that's something we have to be watching out for tonight if he'll come back into the game.
Lambkins get the inbound. 3 by Dugan. No good. Curiazzi with the rebound. George dribbling up court. George told me before the season that Coach Shaw told him he wasn't going to play that much, but he's gotten some minutes here. Perkins misses that shot. You got to make those shots. And now Dugan dribbling up court. Dugan, good court vision, looking left. That's Kellen Pond throwing, and it'll be Raider basketball. Nice job by Eric Stemper to come out of that with the basketball. Cam Beards to George Curiazzi. George, I think, might be a little hesitant to shoot. Stemper's 3 is no good, and the Lambkins will take control of the ball.
I'm really surprised about Eric Stemper. I've watched him for 3 years with my brother, but he's really shown that I don't have to shoot the points to be on this team. He's a rebounder, an assist leader. He does everything that he needs to do in order for this team to succeed. He's like that 6th man, but it's a starting lineup.
Timeout, Lambkins. With 6:09, we're going to take a quick break. So the Raiders, I've just been told, are actually shooting pretty well. 40% total tonight. 6:02, almost stolen by Curiazzi. Dribbling in is French, and French gets fouled. Couple lay-ins. Only 5:58 to go. The clock beginning to be a little bit of a factor in the background.
It seems like that even though they're shooting 40% as a team, the turnovers, that's what's killing them. If they just cut down the turnovers, let's say in half even, they'll be winning this game. So we just got to cut down on those and just take those shots that we know that we can make.
French's first free throw is good. 5-point lead for the Lambkins. And Josh Perkins getting some words of advice from Coach Shaw, probably to set up a play. Perkins really hoping to step up in the clutch. Another foul. What a great rebound on that, Justin, by number 33, Austin Hunt, to seize the missed free throw and go to the line.
It's rebound. I mean, they're doing everything they have that they can do to win. They're rebounding. They're playing as a team. It's exactly what we've been talking about here. But the real quick thing I've just heard is that Josh Perkins seems to be looking at his eye a lot, like a swollen. So it looks like the training staff was like trying to look at him, but they want to keep him in the game because they don't want to take that talent out of the game. So
that's a big problem in basketball. I remember watching a college game recently when one of the players got inadvertently poked, but it really just makes you pretty innocuous on offense because of the pain and because depth perception is so important. Here's Devin dishing to Josh. Josh, he's going to take a long jumper, and it's good. What a beautiful shot there by Josh Perkins to make it a 4-point game.
Like you said, time's a factor. They have to be watching that clock. Only down by 4, plenty of time left, but they got to get to work now. They got to stop them on defense.
French has the ball. French is going to pass it to Hunt, and Hunt dishes it to Dugan, the point guard. Done a really good job tonight. He's going to throw under the hoop. Oh, and that's a foul? Wow. I did not see any contact on that. I thought Stemper got all ball, but French will go to the line.
I mean, I have a question for you, Jake. If it comes down to this, the guy's taller than you, keeps driving the lane on you, and you're smaller than him, like Eric Stemper, what do? Do you stand, like, what do you try to block it, or do you let him go over you, or what?
Maybe take a charge, but I do want to say real quick that even though I don't agree with that call by the refs, I think they've been pretty consistent, Justin, on both sides. When there's been doubt, they have called the foul. We really haven't seen any charges. So 2 for 2 on those free throws, now a 6-point game.
I feel like we're not in the 3-point yet. We don't have to shoot threes. We just have to take it to the lane. Find those guys that are open. We have to play as a team now. Josh has to find those open guys. Double team, we just talked about.
Josh for 3. Perkins, that was a much closer 3, I want to say real quick. I know that was still a tough look, but he was right off the line. 3-point game, and Perkins gets fouled. It'll be interesting to see how many fouls he has on him.
Well, it looks like Josh, that's his 3rd foul. So, I mean, if I'm coach, I'm going to keep him in, though. I mean, it's this late in the game. If it was like the first half, I might take him out now. But since it's only it's the 4th quarter, I need my star player in there to win this.
French is 1-1 is no good. Curiozzi with the rebound. George has been playing very well on defense and making some good passes on offense. Perkins, too bad that didn't count. Maybe he does better when there's no pressure. It's the Yerk Stodson curve. That won't count. He'll go to the line. Because he's in a bonus, he needs to make this in order to have a 2nd free throw.
Josh Perkins. You know, there's so much to say about him. I mean, he can do anything. It's just like what you said there before. He moved in on that 3-point line. And that helped him. That's going to make that his shot from percentage from the 3-point line go up by a long shot. So I feel like he knows what he has to do better, and I feel like he's starting to execute the way he needs to.
It's a 2-point game with 4:46 to go in the 4th quarter. Perkins' 2nd free throw is no good. So it'll stay a 2-point Raider deficit. Here's Dugan dribbling up court. He's looking along the right side now, and he'll pass it to Van Ree. Van Ree stolen by Perkins. Perkins down the court. He's going up. He lays it in. It's a tie game. 49 all. Hunt with the ball to Thurgood now. Thurgood trying to dribble around Perkins. He gets past him. He's driving up court. He's going to dish it out. 3-pointer. Oh, in and out, no good. Raiders with a chance to take the first lead since the first half.
We have a game in store now. I mean, 4th quarter, 4 minutes left to go in the game, and game's tied. I mean, you can't get much better than that.
What a great defensive play there by the Lampkins to take it from an unsuspecting Perkins, and that layup, they're going to call that a foul on the Raiders. Wow. Coach Shaw vehemently voicing his displeasure at that call. I've never seen Coach Shaw that upset, and that definitely is something that we can look back to later in the game as being a crucial moment.
You know, I'm glad that Coach Shaw stands up for his players. He showed there that my players took this man that's taller than me on. He took his feet there. I mean, what more can you do? It's all in the officials' hands there. I mean, they got to get some call there, but these guys are that tall.
Van Ree's first free throw is good.
Well, I mean, they are taller than us, but Stemper and them, they're all doing what they can. They can't do much more than that, and Coach Shaw knows that. So I'm really glad that Coach Shaw showed his emotion to the team, saying, hey, my emotions are there.
Van Ree misses his 2nd after making the first. It's a 1-point game. Perkins from 3, and it's no good. So Perkins still won, but a great rebound by Beard. Beard passing to Perkins. Perkins, wow, I thought that was a travel. That's a break for the Raiders to give that ball to Perkins now with a chance on this 1-1.
Just for the note, Cam Beards is only 5'6". He went up against four over 6-foot players, and he got the rebound. I mean, that shows something about this Regis team. If a 5'6" guy can beat 4 over 6 feet players. So, I mean, he's really showing that height doesn't matter in basketball. I mean, certain positions do, but he just showed it there.
Perkins misses his 2nd free throw once more, so we're tied up half a century each. 50-50. Dugan dribbling up court, 3:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Passing to French. French looking for a man. He's going to take it in right. He's going to dish out. That is Dieter. Dieter with a shot. Excuse me, that's Thurgood. And number 33, Hunt, misses that one, but they get the ball back. Van Ree passing inside to French. French is up, and it's good. What a great tenacity by the Lambkins to not give up on that offensive possession. Now here's Perkins dribbling up court, no-look pass, and it's out of bounds. See, that's the danger of having Josh Perkins try to do those passes. Sometimes players just aren't ready.
You know, they literally, Fort Collins on that play. In the first half, Regis was winning the offensive rebounding, and like all the rebounds they were winning. It seems like now that's switched in the second half. Fort Collins on that play picked up 3 rebounds, and now they made the shot. So in order for us to win, we have to pick up those rebounds. Otherwise, it's easy for them to get those points.
So with 3 minutes and 3 seconds, the Lambkins will have possession of the basketball, up by 2 points. Wow, what a disaster this would be to start out the season 0-2. You really don't want this to happen, especially with all the student support here tonight, a really big student section. Be very disheartening to have all this passion go for naught. We really need the Raiders to dig in deep here and come up with some big, big plays.
Real quick for a stat update from Scott.
So the leader for Regis Jesuit, Josh Perkins, has 19 points, while the leader for Fort Collins, Ryan French, has 12.
Thank you, Scott. And now we're back with 3 minutes left to go in the game.
Inbounding to French. French dribbling up on George Kiriazi. Finds some space. Passing to Thurgood. Thurgood now. He's looking to find a man. Passing it inside. Oh, a couple of quick passes, and he's fouled. Almost going in. Wow, that was some pretty passing.
I mean, that's the beauty of teamwork right there. It went 3 players. The ball just kept moving to each player, and they found the guy that was wide open for the layup, and all they could do there was foul. I mean, it was either going to make it or foul him. So
2:46 to go. Van Ree's first free throw is no good. They're in the double bonus, so he will get 2 free throws no matter what. But, Justin, this is looking dangerous because I feel like Fort Collins is possessing most of the momentum.
They have the momentum, and that's one of the things. But we're still here at Regis, and we have our crowd behind them, so we just have to play smart.
Van Ree goes 0 for 2 on free throws. Here's Starkrell. Starkrell passing to Cam Beards. Beards is going to dish it out to Perkins. Perkins looking for a man. Nice quick pass to Starkrell. Starkrell looking for a man. Outside to Stemper. Stempers is good, and the Raiders are on top by a point. Here comes Dugan now up court. Dugan on the right side, being guarded by Cam Beards and Stemper. Oh, close lay-in, no good. Stemper controlling the ball. Perkins now up court. Perkins is driving hard in. He'll go to the bucket. Oh, what a play! What a play! Play of the night for Perkins. Between the legs around the world. Raiders up by 3 points.
ESPN top 10 play of the week even. Man, you couldn't get much better than that.
He beat all 5 defenders down the court. That is why he's being looked at by Georgetown and Kansas, and that is why he's in the ESPN Top 100. Josh Perkins putting the Raiders up by 3 points for now. We'll see what happens regarding this free throw. An old-fashioned three-point play possible. It's up. And it's off, but the Raiders get the rebound. Starkrell gets the rebound. Perkins out to Cam Beards, to Stemper. Stemper going to take his time. 2 minutes left. Raiders in the lead. Lampkin starting to press a little. Looks like they're in a box and one. Haven't seen that in a while. Cam Beards now to Stemper. Now they're pressing harder. Beards back to Stemper. They're just playing pitch and catch.
Hey,
Monkey in the middle.
There's no shot clock, so you have the lead. I mean, play smart.
Back to Beards, and that's a timeout. Raiders. Wow, what a change in momentum. The Raiders have a 3-point lead with 1:37.
Yeah, you know, that play right there, you could see the whole crowd erupt. So, I mean, you can't get much better than that play right there. I mean, it's going to be hard to top that play this season, but it's only the second game of the season, and we still got lots of games to go, so I can't wait to see this is going to be a good season. But it looks like Coach Chalk called full timeout. I think it's a good call, though. I mean, you're only up by 3 with 1:37 seconds left, and you have the momentum. He's going to talk to them. You got to play smart here. 1:30 seconds. This is the game. It all comes down to this. I mean, what do you think, Jake?
Justin, I think that the Raiders have had a very impressive turnaround by relying on their superstar power of Josh Perkins coming up big when they needed it most in clutch time. And the student section is rocking with joy.
I mean, that play is like last year's dunk with Josh. I mean, it got the crowd all going crazy and everything. I mean, the parents got up, the fans got up, the players got up. I mean, the whole crowd was erupt.
3-point lead for the Raiders. Curiosity looking to inbound it to Perkins. What a great game and a great treat we've been provided for this first home game. The Columbine game was just as close. Perkins dribbling up court. Can he make another bucket to put this one away? 127. He's going to pass to Beards. Starkle to Beards. Perkins now. Perkins on the right side. He's going to pass back. They'll say he was out of bounds.
Ooh, what a nice shot, though, by Starkle. I mean, even though it didn't count, I mean, even though Josh Perkins is having a great second half, the people around him, I want to point out Eric Stemper. I mean, he made that three-pointer that made them go up by 3. I mean, he is literally the key player of the game.
Here's Dugan's 3 is close, but the Lambkins almost get the rebound. And they will keep possession down by 3, 1 minute and 6 seconds left.
This game, it looks like they're going to call timeout right now. Fort Collins is to get a play set up. But, I mean, Regis Jesuit, they are a new team second half, don't you think, Jake?
Especially, Justin, for the end of this fourth quarter, really for the most of the third quarter and beginning of the fourth quarter. They didn't play that well, but really a great comeback in the last 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, Devin Cadillac looks like he's going to check back in the game, but I mean, it looks like everybody on this team right now has the hot hand. But I mean, what do you feel like the difference is with Josh Perkins in the second half?
I think Josh has more confidence now, and I think he's made some shots that gave him the ability and peace of mind to know that he can make that drive. Instead of taking threes from 4 feet beyond the arc, he trusts in his abilities in the paint, and he knows that he can ball handle better than anyone else in this gym.
I mean, like you just said there, Josh Perkins, he has that confidence. That's the word I was looking for in the first half. He was kind of nervous about this game, but he didn't have his confidence up. Now he knows that he has the fans behind him, his team behind him, and now that he knows that this game is in our hands, let's go out and win it. So, I mean, great game. You couldn't get much better than this.
Lambkins inbounding. Stemper didn't know that his man was shooting a 3, but he still missed. Wow. And George Curiosity with the ball. Perkins under a minute to go. He'll take his time up court. Looks like the Lambkins will foul. We'll see. Perkins, precious time coming off the clock. Perkins is going to pass back to Stemper. Nice passing by the Raiders to Curiosity. And they will foul George. So George will go to the line. George Curiosity, the 6th man of the Rangers, will have to come up big in the most important moment of the game.
You know, Coach Shaw picks each and every player for a specific reason. I mean, George has proven it tonight. And you know what? This is where it comes down to. Free throws win games or lose you games. So, you see, he missed the first, but I mean, free throws are going to decide this game. I really feel like it's all going to come down in the last 45 seconds to free throws.
Curiosity's second free throw is up, and it's no good. So the Lambkins will have 40 seconds to try to get off a three-pointer and tie this game. Passing out to Dugan. Dugan dribbling up court. 35 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Dugan. Dugan is fouled by Perkins. They'll get some shots, on-time shots. You can't do that when you're winning late in the game.
You really can't. And I mean, free throws, like I just said, they win games or lose you games. I mean, that was not a smart play by Josh. If he's going to beat you, you got to know that your players are right there behind you, that once that you get beat, You just got to come back in and try to make a play on the ball. So
That is Perkins' fourth foul, and the Raiders will talk this over on the bench what they want to do. We'll see here, Justin, if the Lambkins maybe try to make the first free throw and then intentionally miss the second one just to try to get the ball back.
do you feel, Jake, that it all comes down to this possession here, like they have to get the 3 off here, or do you take the 2 points and rely on your defense?
Well, they're shooting 2 free throws right
Well,
now.
I mean on that, but like if he makes both these, do you like try to make both the free throws if you're the coach, or do you intentionally miss the second one and try to get that rebound?
I would try to get the rebound just because I don't think you can take it for granted that Regis will miss their free throws, but it'll be interesting to see. None of it will matter unless he makes the first free throw.
Yeah. I mean, if I was a coach and I had like exactly like this height against this younger, like smaller Regis team, I would do that too.
Dugan's first free throw is up, and it's good. So now here comes strategy time. This is where the Mike D'Antonis, Tom Izzos, and John Caliparis make their money. What is the strategy going to be here? Raiders up by 2, 32.9 seconds left. From the charity stripe, Will Dugan. It's up, and it's good, so they'll try to foul the Raiders, it looks like.
It looks like they're going to stick with their defense
We'll give it
on
to
this
Perkins.
one.
Perkins dribbling up court. And we'll see what Perkins does. Coming all the way to the lane, coast to coast, Josh Perkins, completely unassisted in the most individual effort ever.
Hey,
And
3-point game, still left to go.
driving inside, a foul on the Raiders. The Lambkins really have gotten a lot of fouls by Regis that have kept them in this game. 16.1 seconds left.
Now you have to do the strategy we just talked about. He's got to make this one. It's all key on this one, but he's got to intentionally miss the second. If Regis has this momentum going right now for them with this crowd, with the team, everybody's playing so well, they have to get this 3 points now.
16.1 seconds. He misses the first free throw. So what will happen now? They're going to call timeout so they can draw up a rebound play when they get the ball back, and that's what you have to do. A big miss there by number 41, Toby Van Ree.
I mean, I'm for Regis and all and stuff, but it looks like this is a smart play by the Fort Collins head coach. I mean, it's a great call, I think. His player has just missed a free throw. His team doesn't know what's going to happen. All he needs to do now is just go back to the free throw line, make this play, do what the play they're going to create right now, and then have a shot to win. But Regis Jesuit, they're so strong in the paint of rebounding the second half. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, who would you box out if you were the Fort Collins tall guys? I mean, who would you guard? Stemper or, I mean.
Yeah, that's a good question, Justin. I think you probably stick to the tallest ones, but we'll see now. Regis definitely coming out with the height team. The students on their feet. 16.1 seconds in the game. Raiders up by 3. We'll see what happens here. Toby Van Rye on to attempt his second free throw. He missed the first one. He's a tall kid, perhaps not the best free throw shooter. Here he is. The shot is up, and it's no good. Taken by Josh. Josh dribbling down court. He'll be fouled. Trying to do some fancy dribbling indeed. So Perkins will go to the line to shoot 2.
It looks like Coach Shaw had some words to say about that play right there. I mean, he's trying to show that, hey, don't be too fancy here. We still, anything can happen with 13.6 seconds left to go in the game.
Perkins at the line. We'll see how many points he has here. Perkins with 23 points, so what started as a very slow performance quickly turned to dynamite once more. A chance to make it 24 here. Off the rim, he has not had the best free throw night, perhaps because of his eye kind of hindering his depth perception. Big free throw here to make it a 2-possession game.
Just for the record, Josh Perkins only had 2 points at the end of the half, so to have 23, it's impressive.
A 4-point game. Here come the Lambkins. There's nothing they can do. They'll have to shoot off his quick three. They're good for three. No good. And that will be out of bounds. Raider ball. 4-point lead, 5 seconds. This game is all but over. The Lambkins will call timeout. We're going to take a quick break here on RJ and pick back up for the last 5 seconds. Welcome back for the exciting conclusion of our first home game of the 2012-13 season. The Raiders up 58-54 with 5 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, looking to stop this Lambkin offense. They'll inbound it to French. French trying to get a shot off. A tough look for the three. No good. It'll go out of bounds. Raider ball, 0.6 seconds left. All that's left of this inbound, and the Raiders will go 1-1 with a tough 58-54 victory over the Lambkins. Justin, a pretty great game, very entertaining. The Lambkins fought hard for almost the entirety of the game. They did fight hard, but it just got away from them late.
I mean, you can't get much better than that game. It comes down to the last shots of the game. It's like 30 seconds left. What do I do? Who's going to win? You got the fans on their feet, all ready to go. So, I mean, I feel like this was a great game. Great win for Regis, and great way to be 1-1 now after that terrible loss in Columbine.
And we're going to give final point stats from our stats man, Scott Jordan.
Leading the Regis Jesuit Raiders in points, Josh Perkins ends up with 24 points. Devin Cadillac was hot from three, scoring 9 points off of 3 threes. Zach Smith had 2 threes, but went out due to the injury. Fort Collins were pretty even throughout the game. Ryan French had 12. Will Dugan had 11.
All right, thank you, Scott. And on behalf of everyone in our Regis broadcasting crew, our cameraman, Colin Stover, our assistants, Joe Quigley and Tommy Rains, and our awesome producer, Steven Snyder, with the help of Scott Jordan, our statistician, and Justin Brazel, our colorman, I'm Jake Leonard. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you in a week or so next Monday as the Raiders travel to Overland.